I would like to think that what we're doing with the operation system that we've built as a boutique financial planning practice in Kingston, and we're running our business on today, is on the pathway of what Sandy has just exposed us to and hopefully given us some food for thought. So I'm here to talk to you about the Strategic Wealth Portal. For us, the goal of this system is to build the best unified business solution for the UK wealth market. Now, you might be thinking, come on, Amyr, you're kidding me, right? You're a boutique financial planning firm in Kingston. Why do you have such a humongous goal? Well, because it's possible. And if it's possible, why not? This is how we're running our business today. This is not in the future anymore. The future's already here, folks. So let me just pose a challenge to you. Think of you, if you're an advisor here in the audience, or if you're an advisory business manager, think of your advisory team. When your advisors go through the fact-find process, the discovery meeting process, they gather this static piece of data out of many static pieces of data that they gather sometimes on a piece of paper at the client's kitchen table, one of which is employment income. And that's all it is, right? It's a static piece of data, a number that the client gives them. Then they give to the back office team. The back office team puts it in one system, maybe transcribes it to another system. That's what it is, right? Wrong. If you're building a firm that puts financial planning first and puts the client at the center of everything you do, employment income from a financial planning perspective is a lot more than just a static figure on a fact find. In fact, I would argue that employment income is this. It's a thing that an employer provides to a person, which in a financial plan, of course, generates income for a given period of time, but that income attracts tax for that same given period of time. And of course, that needs to be considered alongside other income that a client might have, which for a financial planning perspective needs to be run through a tax engine so we can figure out what gross and net income is. But that tax engine could also maybe talk to a platform in real time and gather data from the income and capital gains that are happening in the client's portfolio, which, by the way, why not talk to the client's bank at the same time and understand how income and expenses are reconciled in their current account. And then, dynamically and in real time, update the fact find. And that's our goal with the Strategic Wealth Portal, is to have everything in the client's financial life intelligently connected in one place. It's the concierge service that Sandy is describing, and anyone in any sort of size of firm around the country has the technology available to them today to be able to achieve this for the business and for their clients. So let's take you through a simple case study. Penny Wise, aptly named Penny Wise. How do we build her profile on our system, on this operating system, our client portal, but also the operating system in which we run our firm? Of course, we start off by gathering some hard facts, as all of us would. Of course, in that conversation about hard facts, if you've trained your advisors properly, they're also doing something that Sandy mentioned as well, which is talking about the soft facts. It's understanding the client's fears, aspirations, wants, needs, their family situation. What is it that's concerning them? What opportunities would they like to give to their children, perhaps their grandchildren, that they themselves didn't have? Of course, we talk about risk in the context of educating the client about the difference between risk and volatility. Not just giving them 10 questions to fill in and coming out as a 6 out of 10. No, it's understanding how they feel about risk. It's educating them about volatility. It's testing them on their experience as an investor so far in their life, and gathering those data points all in one place, intelligently connecting them with everything else, such as, for example, their product mix. Now, of course, Penny Wise has been working with us for a while. She's consolidated all her assets neatly into a pension and an ISA, but it used to be a mishmash of stuff, a fragmented financial life, as many people that we deal with for the first time have. And of course, there's no use in creating a client portal and just giving the client a static value on what their pension was worth yesterday at close of play. No, you click into that asset, and because of a deep integration that we've built in the Strategic Wealth Portal and our platform providers, in this case, Fusion Wealth, which is powered by SEI, we can go into that system and pull all that rich data around the client's holdings, their investments, their charges, their transactions, the different documents that compliantly we need to have to justify the choice of those investments for the client, all in the same place. Off-platform assets. Of course, that could be just a sort of static entry as a property, but no. Do what Rightmove and Zoopla do. Link to the same data set that these guys have access to, which we do as well. Have a meaningful conversation with the client about these assets, such as property or cash accounts, that are more meaningful than just saying, hey, Miss Pennywise, you have 10 grand in your bank account. That doesn't help anybody. What does help somebody is getting them to think about that 10 grand, to think about their income, their expenditure, enabling them to do budgeting on the portal, helping us to better understand what their essential expenditure is, what their discretionary expenditure is, so that we can have a conversation with the client about how that might dynamically change throughout retirement. Again, this all filters into a tax engine. So we can sit down with her accountant, she's a business owner, and we can figure out how she gets paid and how that mix, together with her essential and discretionary spending, creates a tax liability. And then we can bring tax planning into the fore, sitting alongside her accountant, alongside the other professionals in her life, and saying, hey, there's a pension planning opportunity here which will reduce your tax bill and get you closer to your goals, or what have you. It's connecting all of that fragmented data from somebody's financial life, putting them at the center of everything we do, and then intelligently connecting those dots to offer a financial planning service that enables the client to finally see graphically the financial journey that they're on at the moment, and, hey, what if you did ABC? Or what if you could do XYZ, as you told us is important to you? And because we've built this technology from the ground up, we've built it with a compliance framework that underpins all of those steps that I just showed you. So once you get to the end of that process, of course, you already have a completed advice register. And every bit of our process compliantly links to the compliance framework that we want to adhere to as a financial planning firm, registered and regulated here in the UK. I'm out of time, so I just want to say that a lot of the services we built in-house, microservices, over 80 APIs, such as, for example, we go into SCI and we pull out those quarterly platform reports. They're branded, and then they popped automatically into the client's secure document box. That's just one of 80 APIs, but of course we're not going to build everything ourselves. If a client were to call me now on my phone, they'll go through a number that happens to be powered by Ring Central. I'll speak with them, a recording of that call is then populated and put into the client file on the Strategic Wealth portal, and a few minutes later, a transcript of that call is available for me and my team to work on. That's just the deep integration we have with one partner service that we integrate with. Of course, there are many, many other services that we integrate with as well. What's the call to action? What's the end goal that we're looking for here? I don't know if you can read that. What it is when we got to the end of that advice process, there's a prompt that we can tell our secure messaging system to issue to the client that just confirms, hey, Penny, everything's in place, just like we discussed. And because we built this together, we took her through the journey on a system where it's her view, that is the view that myself, the client, and my team have. She understands how to navigate that left-hand menu. She understands where things are and why they are there. And all of us in this room, if we're doing this job properly, that's where we want to get to. We want to get to the point where the client feels empowered and in the knowledge that there's meaning attached to her money so that she can go out there and live the best possible life she can with the money that she's accumulated. Thank you.